Welcome to this new episode of Urdhva. In this episode, we discuss about the aim of life as given in the Vedic literatures. Friends, is there a correlation between quarreling, aim of life, purification, and the eternal sky? I repeat once again, is there a correlation between quarreling, aim of life, purification, and attaining the destination? Yes, there is a wonderful correlation between these four things. Quarreling is a waste of time. So we waste our precious human life by quarreling of various kinds, by which we don't spend sufficient time in purification. Because we don't understand the aim of life, we don't spend time in purification and waste the time in quarreling. There are two options, friends. Either we can waste our time in quarreling or understanding the aim of life. We can do every action for purification towards the aim to achieve the destination. So quarreling is going on in the human society for a very long time. In this world, men are not meant for quarreling like cats and dogs. The animals quarrel because they don't have understanding of the higher aim of life. Whereas human beings are granted by the nature with sufficient intelligence so that they need not degrade like the animals to quarrel. But human beings are using this intelligence to sophisticatingly quarrel. Like, for example, the Russia-Ukraine war. They're using the most advanced weapons made up of higher intelligence of scientists and engineers just for hitting the missiles and killing the fellow human beings. Why? Because this is the quarrel of the political nature, of business nature. Many times different kinds of quarrel mix together and leads to war. Political warfare, social warfare, economic warfare, business warfare. So the quarrels of various kinds. Social quarrels because of casteism, hierarchy, tribals, right? So these kind of quarrels are there in the society, and it's all waste of time. The opposite of quarreling is love. We are meant to learn to love the selflessness which makes us evolve from animal to human beings first. How to become a valid human being first. Friends, for that we should realize the aim of the life, and the direction towards the aim is given in the Vedic literatures, and the essence is Bhagavad Gita. So, the animals are not meant to understand the Vedic literatures. They don't have intelligence. But the human beings can invest their sufficient intelligence to understand the Vedic literatures and its essence, Bhagavad Gita, which will give them an aim of life. When you work on the level of intelligence, by feeding the Vedic literatures, you obtain an aim of life. You're excited about the aim of life. And since you're busy with the aim, you will stop quarreling. Quarreling is a waste of time. Unless this quarreling is also towards your higher aim. Sometimes there are certain quarrels which are valuable. But of course, we'll leave that aside for a different day, that discussion. But mostly quarrels over selfish nature of animalistic kind. That I am better than you, I am superior than you, or this territory is mine. This I and mine feeling and over greed and lust. These kind of quarrels are mostly animalistic in nature, and that is waste of time. So get the ambition from the Vedic literatures by reading Bhagavad Gita. Get the aim of life and avoid the path of quarrel. So one of the most important thing is human beings cannot act like animals by killing the animals and eating to satisfy the tongue. We have to show compassion, because compassion helps us to achieve the higher aim of life. Right? So, animals have to be shown compassion. They are our lower, ignorant species on this planet. And just because of our uncontrolled taste, we cannot kill animals, because it will hamper our aim, which is to achieve spiritual perfection. In Bhagavad Gita, it is clearly explained that there are three kinds of activities according to different modes of nature. Only if we associate with the higher mode, that mode of goodness, we elevate to the spiritual sky. But the mode of passion and mode of ignorance, which is rajas and tamas, we degrade ourselves to lower planetary systems, to lower lives, which is very dangerous for the soul to descend into lower lives. The soul in human form is given to ascend further to divinity. This we have to understand. So there are three kinds of eatables also. Eatables in goodness, passion, and ignorance. Even you're avoiding killing, even in the vegetarian eating, you had to be avoiding the passion and the ignorance kind of food. Because the purification starts with first purification of eating. Ahara Shuddhi, Sattva Shuddhim, Ahara Shuddhi. So purification starts by purification of eating. So this is very important. Then only we can reach the higher spiritual sky or our higher spiritual nature, which is full of natural bliss. And this destination is called Sanatana sky, the eternal spiritual sky. Yad gatvā nivartante, dhāma paramaṁ. So friends, we saw that how quarreling is waste of time, and we have to understand the aim by the Vedic literatures, and then first step after understanding the aim is to purify our eating by always focusing on the eating in the mode of goodness. So now let's understand what is the destination we reach after purification. So that is called the Sanatana sky, and the properties of that is opposite of the material world. In the material world, we find that everything is temporary. That means there is a transformation continuous and there is vanishing. Like anything comes into being, it stays for some time, produces some byproducts, dwindles and then vanishes. Our own life, if we take, we are born, we stay for some time, we produce children, we get married, then we dwindle into old age and then we vanish one day. Similarly, a piece of fruit or anything you take in this material world, they follow the law of the material world, either this body or a piece of fruit. But beyond this material world, there's another world for which we have information in the Bhagavad Gita. That is called Sanatana world, where everything is eternal, everything is Sanatana. The Jiva is Sanatana and the Lord is also Sanatana, as described in the 11th chapter of the Gita. Myself and yourself, the Jivas and the Lord, both are eternal. And because of this qualitative oneness, we have an intimate relationship with the Lord, because we are qualitatively one. Right? The Sanatana dhāma, the Sanatana Supreme Personality and the Sanatana living entities. So what is the whole purpose of the Bhagavad Gita, the Vedic literature? What it is telling us is basically to revive the Sanatana occupation of intimate relationship and love for the Supreme. The Sanatana Dharma means the Sanatana occupation, which is the eternal occupation of the living entity. Today, so after we purify our food, our eating, we have to purify our activities. Presently, our activities are temporary, mostly to earn our livelihood, or very trivial activities like the animals. By reading the Vedic literatures, we have to evolve our activities also to the divine level, which is basically when we align our activities as prescribed by the Supreme Lord. That is called pure life. When our eating is purified, when our acting is purified, we are having a totality of purified life, which will automatically carry us to the Sanatana sky. So friends, please remember three important words. Get an aim of life from the Vedic literatures. By that, come out of quarrel, avoid quarrels. Then focus on purified eating, focus on purified action. Revive your eternal Sanatana Dharma and achieve the Sanatana sky, the spiritual sky. With this, we come to the end of this episode. Thank you very much for listening. Hare Krishna.